It's time for another walk. It's a sunny day, but it's a really windy day, so I hope you can hear me okay. We've come to another dene. Remember, a dene is a steep valley that goes out towards the sea. I wonder if we'll see the sea today. Today's dene is Castle Eden Dene, and we're heading this way towards Castle Bridge. Come on, let's see what we can see. This is a really pretty church. It's called St. James's Church. Today we're going to be doing the squirrel walk in the dene. I don't think we will see the sea, but maybe we'll see some squirrels. There are two huge trees up this bank. I'm going to have a closer look. Wow, these two trees are enormous. And look, up this tree, somebody has attached a rope, built a platform, and put a ladder so they can get right to the top. I wonder what they can see. Oh, look, through the trees, there's a huge house. Should we go uphill this way or downhill this way? Aha! This is what I've been looking for. It's a signpost for the squirrel walk. It tells us to go downhill this way. There are some huge trees in Castle Eden Dene. I feel very small standing underneath this one. Wow, we're going this way. This way. Paths don't just make themselves, you know. Here's a brand new stretch of path which some kind volunteers must have made. Look at the wooden stakes in the ground, and it's really flat and smooth to help us up the hill. Ooh, I wonder if any creatures live in here. On this little holly bush, someone has tied a red ribbon. I wonder what it means. Do you think it was put there on Valentine's Day? God, there's a huge piece of tree trunk just lying here on the ground. Oh, wait a minute. Some clever person has turned it into a comfy bench. Well, seeing as I'm sitting on a wooden log, maybe I should have my twiglets. Aha, we're still on track for the squirrel walk, but we still haven't seen any squirrels yet. Well, it's the end of February, and already we can see some of those first signs of spring. This mossy bank has got lots of green shoots poking through, and one of these is this one. It's wild garlic, and if you rub the leaves and have a sniff, oh, it smells really garlicky. Now this is Gunner's Pool Bridge. Apparently you get some amazing views of the deep gorge in Castle Eden Dene. Let's have a look. Wow, you better hold on to your twiglets. Take a look at this. Underneath Gunners Pool Bridge, there's an amazing sight, a waterfall cut deeply into the rocks underneath. It's such a long way down, and on this side of the bridge there's a huge rocky cliff. It's less windy on this side of the Dene, easier to hear the birds singing. And here, there's a huge tree that's obviously fallen over, and underneath where the roots used to be, now there are loads of tiny plants and moss, which is probably home to thousands of insects. I can't see it, but I can hear a tiny little bird called a coal-tit, and across the other side of the Dene I can hear another coal-tit singing back. Whew, that was a steep climb up the hill, and I can see that the path is taking us out of the Dene towards the end of the squirrel walk. But do you know what? We still haven't seen any squirrels yet. In this yew tree, I think I've just seen a nuthatch scrabbling around the little branches looking for insects to eat. It's not a very common bird, so that was a really good find. On this huge dead tree trunk, there are lots of strange looking fungi. If you look closely enough at this muddy bank, you can see lots of tiny green shoots coming through. I think these are bluebells. In about 3 months' time, they'll have beautiful blue flowers on throughout this wood. Also on this bank with the bluebell shoots, I think I found a sign that a squirrel might have been here. Here's an empty hazelnut shell. And look, on this tree trunk, do you think it looks like the scaly skin of a dinosaur? Well, at the top of the Dene, I can see some really big trees and also these metal railings. I think maybe we might be coming back to that big house we saw at the beginning. And here at the bottom of the railings, lots of tiny white flowers called Snowdrops. It's another wonderful sign that spring is here. And these little yellow flowers are called celandines. They're much tinier than the snowdrops. We're getting really close to the end of our squirrel walk, and no, we didn't see any squirrels. But we can see the castle, which is why it's called Castle Eden Dene. Now lots of different people live there in different flats. But can you see the castle shapes? The battlements? And that's the end of my walk around Castle Eden Dene. We didn't see any squirrels, but it didn't matter. There were lots of other interesting things to see instead, including that castle at the end. I'll see you next time, everybody. Join me on another walk sometime soon. Bye!